Hey love bugs, it's Roslynn back at you one more again. I hope everybody is doing blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family, as always, thank you so much for the love and support. It is truly appreciated. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please drop a line. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know moi. And if you've been with me for a while, hey, shoot, show me some love. I would love the chance to get to hear from you again. And if the video, just really gave you a good vibe or just something you really need to hear, please go ahead and give a thumbs up and share. It'll be greatly appreciated. Sending so much love, light, balance, whatever you're needing to stay continuing and persistent and consistent with your own vibes of healing, upgrade, to whatever you're trying to reach or even surpass that. I'm sending so much love towards you a million times. Follow anybody who's coming in. I had to even cross my eyes on that. Anybody who's coming in, because I know that vibe coming heavy even before I even upload my video. I can feel y'all. Whatever it is that you're trying to do to block, deviate, destroy, everything's protected. Everything's loved, everything's guided. So whatever you're doing, I'm sending that right back towards you a million times fold. The video I'm doing today, I call it 20.101 Heyokas. To heal a wound, you gotta stop picking it, stop touching it. I heard that today on an Instagram reel. I had to share that on my account, and I was just like, that's true. If you want to heal something, you got to quit messing with it. Put a band-aid on, put some ointment, band-aid, whatever it needs to do, and leave it alone. Quit focusing on it. Because I know a lot of times when they say when you don't allow things to heal or you don't address your issues or address your wounds, and soon I'm saying that, getting chills, it becomes infected. Ooh, that made my head itch. It made my head itch. You going through something, and you keep, you don't allow yourself, it will keep manifesting. They'll be just like whatever you focus on continues to manifest. And that's why it's just like, if somebody wishes ill to me, I'm sending blessings your way. Because whatever I'm putting out, it comes right back to me. So that's why I say, even when people wish the worst on me, I'm still sending you love. I'm still sending you blessings. I'm still sending you massive healing, because that's what your butt needs. I'm just really sending that towards your way. And it'll be different things that we go through in our life, and where we really need to allow ourselves. Let me change my verbiage, let me change my thought process, let me change the way I see things, let me change how I feel about myself, let me change how I feel about other people. Let me allow myself to understand anything that comes my way from other people is not coming from love and light, and it's coming from a low frequency. I have to allow myself to not take it personal. That's the only way we can be able to make peace in life. And I noticed that even with the things that I'll go through, I had to allow myself to not take it personal when people are doing things and it's directed towards me. It has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with you. It has everything to does about the person that's doing different things. And you have to really pray for that person, because that's the language that they're used to, interpreting. That'll be the language they're used to, moving through. And just being able to look at everything in life in a different way, because it's just like we go through so much in life, and it is just like either you can allow that to swallow you whole, or you can allow yourself to appreciate everything that comes out of it. And it took, I know with my vibe, my situation, my circumstances, it took me a long time to be able to say that in that way and actually believe it, and really allow that to embody that. I had to be able to really see the positive intent on the negative things that I've gone through in days, in moments, in minutes, in hours, and it'll be so much stuff. Like, even when you're going through that growth of process, we're all going through spiritual awakenings, whether we know it or not. We're all going through spiritual awakenings. There's so many different things that's taking place into our life where there's so much stuff that's coming up to the surface. It's just like if you're boiling chicken, you know, anything that you're boiling, you know, you boiling chicken, which I like, ugh, it tastes good, but it's just the process is so gross, you know, all that stuff will come floating up to the top. And that's what it is with us. You know, you're going through these stages of going through Kundalini ascension, growth, spiritual changes, spiritual transitions, and that mess is not easy. You know, anybody who's going through that right now, God bless you and sending so much love towards your way. It is not easy to be able to go through that, you know, because that is a battle within itself. You are just battling the old you to become the new you, and that's not an easy process to be able to go through. You are really tackling your wounds. Is like with me, you know, I'm gonna say I'm tackling my wounds. That mess is not easy. It will challenge me, it will trigger me, it will piss me off, it make me want to fight myself. But there'll be different times where I'm keeping it real with myself. You keeping it aggressive with yourself. I am in that vibe of conquering. Even when it feels like I'm going through a setback, I'm conquering, because I'm allowing myself to see this too shall pass. I'm changing, and I'm changing for the better. And for me to be able to change for a better, a lot of my weak points is becoming my greatest strength. A lot of my weak points is becoming my strength. All my weak points, let me change the way I said that. All my weak points are becoming my greatest strength, because I'm allowing myself to really approach that. Even when I'm doing my videos, you know, I'm very selective of how I want to project out anything. And it's like, you know, because the way you can say projection, it can be used as a narrative, you know, a negative narrative. But it's like the way I say, you know, I'm projecting. Anytime you watch a video, you're projecting something out, and I want to make sure what I'm projecting out is positive. It's like, you know, it's like broth to the soul. If you know you drink broth, you're drinking broth because you're trying to strengthen your you know, metabolism, and, you know, strengthening yourself. And we're all going through a surgery. You're going made me think about that song by Beyonce called Pretty Hurts. And it's like your soul, the main thing it is, your soul is going through a surgery. Anybody who's gone through a surgery before, you know, is fixing something, is enhancing something, is letting go, it is removing something, and whatever it is you got touched on is going through a healing process. And going through a healing process, you know, it's painful, and that's what we're all going through. And for us to be able to heal these wounds, we have to be able to doctor it. But it's like we can't keep picking the band-aid. Like, hey, you healed yet? You're healed yet? You have to be able to just put that ointment on there. Like, hey, you know, and let nature take its course, you know. But it's just like when we're going through stuff, it would have to be the point where we take that challenge to say, to make the choice. If you want better things to happen, we have to move better, we have to speak better, we have to be able to see better. And being able to do that, you know, I had to be at that vibe where I had to practice what I preach. You know, I can't tell people to go through that and then behind the sidelines I'm really, you know, not believing in myself, not challenging myself. And it's just like every day, you know, there was some kind of challenge. It was to create something better, where if something was still bothering me, I had to work on healing from that, forgiving that, you know, letting go of that, changing focus of that, removing it, you know, and being able to say, did I learn the lessons on being taught on whatever it was that was becoming a problem for me. You know, I've gone through different things where I'm challenging and healing my inner child. And it's like when I went through the stuff that I went through as a child was very, very hard, you know, because it was trying to be and understand myself. We're all trying to understand ourselves more. There will be certain situations where certain people don't even understand who they really are because they're trying to figure that out. Or it could be, you know, if you're not a person, that there's some people that are comfortable with creating a persona about themselves because they don't like who they are. They don't want people seeing who they truly are. Or and it'll be the point when we're moving like that is because we haven't accepted who you are. You know, because it's like, am I accepting who I am? Going through those different things, and it's just like I'm at that vibe where I'm finding myself. I'm learning about a new part of myself every day. I'm removing something out of my life that may have been hindering me, holding me back to where it was necessary. It was like very detrimental towards my soul. This is something that is holding me back from becoming better for me. And for me to be able to do that, I have to remove that. I have to be able to address that wound that, I allowed to stay manifesting an infection for too long. And for us to be able to do that, we were going through that through pandemic. This is that year where this is your season. You have gone through the life lessons. If you've been putting in work, it's creating something better for you. No matter, it may not look like that now, but it's creating something better for you. We go through that each and every day where it's creating better, and it may be challenging me. I may not I'm trying to move through God's understanding and not my own. I was like, I'm a spiritual person. I'm not a religious person, but I had to be able to understand religion or not, what I choose to select or not. I'm moving through something to where I'm understanding God's understanding. Even if I don't understand it, God knows what He's moving, way He's moving. Even if I don't, I know what God's doing. I'm moving in my purpose. I'm going by what I need to go by. And it is just like when we're allowing ourselves to address our wounds. It's not easy for us to do, but the way, I had to really nurture myself. I don't have a mother figure in my life. I got my mom that passed away. My mom sends that vibe towards me that nurtures me in ways like where it had me crying like a little baby. But it's just like, when you are allowing yourself to face the different things that you have gone through in life that has really challenged you, recognize you are stronger than you give yourself credit for. You've gone through a lot of different things where you're not moving through that to where, because a lot of times people move through those wounds and feel like that supposed to be accepting of the poor behavior you're projecting on other people because you refuse to heal or you refuse to address that, and it becomes, you become a bully. And I tell people, what does the bully do? A lot of bullies, they get attacked at home. They get hurt at home and they can't attack the attackee. So who do they attack? They attack people that, since they can't hurt that person, they want to hurt anybody that makes them think about that person. And that has nothing to do with that person. You have to be able to address that with that person that has hurt you, that did that. And even a lot of times where we feel like a person that may have, abused you in some kind of way, in any kind of way, and I'm talking about emotional, mental, sexual, verbal, whatever, even if they passed on, I've seen a lot of different times where people have still allowed that person to still control their life after death. And I tell people, even after a person has passed away, you can still make amends with that. Whether it's not saying that you're making amends with somebody who has just really just destroyed your life, but you're allowing yourself to take that power back that you have gave that person. What movie was I watching today? Family Reunion. Tyler Perry, there are so many of his movies that resonate with the life that I had, and I forgot old girl's name, but it was her mom was Lynn Whitfield. When I tell you, that woman is an actress to where it'll be somebody she's good when you love that. I'm like, you be that one. I'm like, I will whip your ass. You couldn't be my mama, I will whip your ass. And I'll be like, I'm not telling nobody disrespect the mama, but that character she played and the things she put her kids through. But that girl got to that point where she wouldn't allow herself to be in a better relationship just because of the situation that her mom put her through. She was touched as a child, so she felt like that's what every man wanted. Every man's agenda was to that being that way, and she was so emotionally scarred to where she said, I have to forgive you and ask God to have mercy on your soul, because I'm keeping myself from loving somebody because of what you did. I'm allowing you to control my happiness. And we don't realize that's what we're doing. You know, when we hold grudges, we hold resentment, we hold anger towards somebody, we are placing all our power, our peace, and our vibrations focusing on a person or that entity, whether they're here or not. You know, they're still walking around or not. And it'll be it that, you know, even when I noticed the different things that I put my mom through, you know, and my mom no longer lives, and there'll be something that'll come up and I will break out in tears and just tell my mom I'm sorry. Even though we done made amends for it. Now it was just like, and God really blessed me that my mom passed over and there was no kind of regret or anything like that, to where I can say that my mom passed and we still had peace. We passed and became best friends. She passed and I finally got the mother that I've always wanted. And you know, that's why I tell anybody, if you know, don't allow petty stuff to hold you back from being happy. Don't let petty things that keep you away from certain family members. Now, if it's something that you already see that person is just an issue, that person refuses to change, then you need to be making peace with yourself to say that person just cannot be a part of my life, and I'm okay with that. You know, I have with my mom's ex-husband, I had to be able to say that, you know, just because the way he moves, and he's still moving through, you know, what his dad put him through, and it put me and my father through that. You know, and I had to be okay with the different things that he put me through, because it was so much anger, so much hatred I put on that man, because he put me through so much, and what he was willing, you know, he sacrificed me in so many different ways, and that was something I had to be accepting of. This is what that man did, and the way it was like, it was hurtful for me to even do that, because it was telling me I condone what that man did, and it was telling my higher self had to really tell me, no, this is not what you're doing. You're just showing yourself this is who that man really is. You know, he's still going through the stuff that he went through with his dad, and he projected that on you. That was a generational curse that's all that man knew. And he was willing to make poor choices and really some harsh, you know, sacrifices for stuff that he shouldn't have been sacrificing. And he knew. But I had to be okay. He doesn't want to change. I have to be accepting that he just doesn't want to change. You know, everybody has their choice on consequences on what happens. But I'm not going to allow myself to keep picking with that wound and allowing it to be infected, because I needed to make peace with what he did. You know, I needed to make peace with what I went through when it came to him. What I went through when it came to his wife. You know, what it went through when it comes to with my family, you know, with that. I don't even want to call them family, because I'm like, you know, family don't do that to you. You were just a lesson into my life. And we all have lessons to where they could be into your life. And even if y'all had the same blood going through your veins, those were just lessons that we had to heal from, because we've gone through them from every lifespan. We had the same issues. Whatever issue you got in this life is what you had from the last life, and you had to be reincarnated because you didn't learn the lessons from the last life, and that mess done got heavier because it done taxed you. You know, as soon as you're going through that. So you're really healing through different wounds that's taking place into your life. And for you to be able to heal with them, we can't be touching on them. We can't be picking with them. You know, you can't be messing with them with dirty fingers, because you already know when you have a sore, you know, you see what happens when you pick on them. Especially like if you have a pimple, and I'm like, oh God. I didn't start getting pimples until I started getting older. And it'll be different times. It's only because of my ascension that I go through, and thank God, you know, didn't have skin like that. But you know, it just really, when I heard that today, it really made me think about all the stuff that I've gone through in life. And it's like when I go back and look at certain videos, you know, there'll be some times that I'll go into mommy mode with myself and cry and say, girl, you really came a long way. It's just because of how you used to speak on things, what you used to speak on. You know, and it'll be, you know, because I said this is a whole new year, and I even if I have not gone as far as I expected myself to be at this time, and it's not saying I'm not going to get there, I just don't want to keep bringing up things that, you know, that got me on my path, or what really just hurt me, or what things that just haven't changed in the way my liking has been. If I speak on it, I want it to be in a different, I want to be in a different headspace, I want to be in a different mindset from what I was before. And I said, for this to be a new year, I don't want the issues in my past coming to repeat history, you know, of a new era, a new year. For me to be able to speak on that, you know, I wanted to be nurturing when I speak about anything that has something to do with my past that was very, very triggering, very hurtful for me. I don't want to go into details about that, because I'm not even trying to breathe that energy. I'm not even trying to bring that kind of manifestation in my life. But just be talking about wounds, you know, there's so many different things to where, you know, I've gone through. But then when I really step back to really check, you know, self-assess myself, and really, you know, that's where you know you're really coming through growth, when you tell yourself, look at the stuff that you have gone through. To where it's like with my situation, shoot, it could be a whole Lifetime movie. You know, it could be a whole Lifetime movie where I'm like, nah, you know, you hear about somebody going through something like that, like, man, I can't even imagine, and not realize you don't know that your movie of your life was really like, girl, that could be a blockbuster hit. You know, and it would be something like that. And I had to really tell myself, you are so strong, because you have gone through so many different things that was sent to destroy you in every way. Or this kind of situation, people, it don't end well for the main character. You know, I've seen people annihilate people for less. And it'll be a situation where I can see somebody annihilating their family or parents and stuff like that. And I'm just like, man, look, shoot, we could have traded places and I would have understood why you did that. You know what you did. But then it'll be just like when my situation is like, no, God prepared me for something better. This is not going to be my life. It could have been, you know, what happened, but that wasn't that life for you, you know. And they'll be like, man, it was almost their life. But you know, you flipped the script on yourself. You became that plot twist for yourself, to where you can create something very good out of a very, very bad situation. And it's just like with anything that you go through in life. You know, if you come across this video, you may be really struggling with something right now, and it's not easy for you to maybe talk about, or if you speak on it, you know, it's letting you know when the way you speak on your situation, you know. And I had to tell myself that the way I speak on my situation and the energy I project when I'm speaking on it, or, you know, when you heal from something, when you can speak on something and you don't have tears come up. And I mean tears from sadness, but there'll be different times where I can speak on things with myself and I can get emotional. And it's not the emotional from hurt, but it's emotional from progression. Like, I remember at a time when you sat in a space where this was something that was very detrimental to you. This was something that really, you know, really had you in a bad spot. But now you can see how much power you became from that, just from you seeing yourself in a different vibration, you know, and being able to see that. And that was a good thing for me, you know. And it's like, for you to be able to go through something in life, you know, even when things were sent to destroy you, you don't know how that can become an ultimate game changer for you to create something so much better. You know, I've seen so many people that go through, you know, addictions, and next thing you know, they become a life coach, or they become a mentor, you know, to be able to tell people, oh, I went through this and this and that. Even got the pictures and probably the rap sheet to prove it. Like, look, this is me in jail. This is my mugshot. Like when they were looking at their worst time, the darkest moment of their life, and you'll be looking like two different people. And it'll be an eye-opener for you, because there's a lot of times we can grow through something in life, and it'll be at that point, I don't know if I can be able to heal from it. I don't know if I can get over this. I don't know if I can be able to let this go. I don't know if I can be able to forgive. Because a lot of times it's so hard for us to forgive, because it's like we're condoning what took place, or we're condoning what that person did. It's not. It's like you need peace into your life. Just because if that person is at war with themselves, that doesn't mean you have to continue to be that way. You know, when you are seeing your wounds for what it is and being able, that was a wound, now became a scar. I'm not scarred, but that is a scar. This is a place where I can show people this is a scar from this and this and that happened. And I really had to really nurture that wound. I really had to nurture that. And this is a scar I'm proud to have, because it's showing me where I've healed at. Even though that's where a place is where, I had a wound, it was something that is no longer there. It no longer affects me. But it's always there to remind me what I went through. But it's also there to remind me how far I came. So I hope you are able to resonate with the content of that video, y'all. I didn't know. I was like, dang, how am I going to be able to speak on this? Because a lot of times be certain things that I'll talk on. I'm like, man, this is going to be very triggering. But it's like, it's only triggering for you if you allow it to be. So, it was something I was like, man, I like that title. I wrote it down, and it's just like, you just flow with it. It's like a cipher for me. But, if you're really going through something right now, give yourself time. They always tell you it's a process, because a lot of times, like, I wish I could not be mad about this no more. I wish I can get over this person. Or, I wish I don't have these feelings for a certain situation. It always takes time. When we start changing how we look at it, changing what we focus on, change how we speak on it, or just change how we hold on to it, it's a process. It's not something that's easy to be able to do, but take that time out for yourself, because you really deserve that. So I hope you are able to resonate with the content of the video, y'all. Like I said, I always leave my contact information in the description box below. It's all about spiritual networking, just to be able to understand your path of purpose, just to even, if you get in touch with me, just to be able to speak on the things that you're going through, just to be heard, or if you just need some advice. I love to be able to help people like that. I've done it so many times before, and I've had so many beautiful experiences and met so many beautiful people from that. So I really love to be able to do that. Whatever we speak on is confidential. I help out the best way I can. And what else? If you on my community page, and I'm saying my last one, go on my community page. It'll be different posts that I put up, or different podcasts that I put up. I do podcasts too, where my different podcast is on. My different podcast. My podcast is on Spotify, and it has different content. It's about Heyokas, but it's like, a lot of times people do podcasts and they put it in, in video form, and they also put it in podcast form. But mine's like, no, it's different stuff that I speak on. So I had some from there that I haven't shared on here. So it'll be just other ones that I had that I said, let me go out. I'll be guided to be able to, put that on there. So I share it there. So I put those up there every once in a while, or just put different posts up where it's funny, different things that'll make you laugh. It'll just be like, girl, no, you didn't. They straight shout out for that. Like, girl, straight shout out for that. But it'll be something funny that there'll be just me. I'm bold like that. I got a little dark humor, but it'll be different things that uplift you and different things that encourage you as well, or different things that we're going through, changes. Like right now we're going through a lot of changes where whatever it is preparing you for whatever. So there's a lot of different things you may be going through, and it may be heavy, and you're not the only person that's going through that. There's many of us that's really going through that. So really put those up. So it's just like, even through social distancing, make sure you give out love, light, positivity, words, vibes, frequencies. You never know, those things really take somebody a long way. And just because you have positive intent and you move through love on that, it's going to take you so much further. So I'm sending you so much love, light, compassion, whatever you're needing to continue on being consistent and persistent with whatever goals you're trying to reach, whatever pinnacles you're trying to surpass. I don't want to say reach, because I don't want you to surpass those pinnacles, so you can go ahead and aim higher for other ones. So I'm sending so much love and vibrations towards your way for those things. And what else I want to say? Much love to you. God bless. Namaste. Shalom. I say. And like I said, please be safe and responsible for everything you do. I don't know what time of the week, because what I do is just go ahead and put them up, and whenever I feel like uploading, I'll just do. So whenever it is, I'm wishing you so much love, prosperity, and abundance towards everything that you're doing, whatever you're working hard for. I hope you manifest 10 times fold, million times fold. So much love to you. Peace.